Brothers and sisters, soldiers and soldierettes, thank you for coming in to another edition of EBX Discussion. Back from a little solitude, as I said on the last video. Sometimes we have to take little moments and just breathe and let our brains get a little rest so we can come back refreshed, so we can have that much more power and energy to uplift who's ever listening. And I give honor to our ancestors, the righteous ancestors who fought hard to get a lot of brothers and sisters within our families and outside our families that are alive and well today. Those that are reaching and teaching, those that are doing what they have to do to stay strong in this life. And then we can get to the needs. The wants will come, as I like to say. And may all of our families prosper and everything we touch turn to gold. And thank those for coming in. I appreciate you. A lot of great brothers and sisters out here. I always got to say that. Got to keep that connection. And I've come to a conclusion, always keep love in thy, unless it's an outside entity that's come to you life-threatening. One job is to love and not judge. And we let that divine fight our battles. And know who the real enemy is. And when I say one loves and don't judge, that great divine put that in a lot of our spirit. We have to be careful that, be careful of things out here that can trigger us and make us go out of our power zone. We just sit back. And like I said, long as it's not life-threatening, you or your family or children, if it's something that's insignificant to your life, don't even let it affect you. Let that divine fight our battles. And if we just let go of certain things like thoughts, emotions, things in this world that can hinder us or send us into bondage, we have to be self-aware to know these things. We probably gonna hear self-aware a million times from many great teachers. And salute to all the great teachers out there and the ones that's in our families. Because when we got an open ear and an open mind, we can learn from a lot of areas in our lives. So that's the wonderful thing of being true with oneself. And I'll say again, one's job is to love and not judge. We let that great divine fight our battles. And when we be on this walk for a while, as I always say, we will begin to, as I always like to say, honor thy mother, honor thy father, honor thy sister, and honor thy brother, and anyone that's divinely connected and real to the pit of the bottom of their soul. And the more real we become with oneself, we will know who the real brothers and sisters are out here. And that's in our families also, the real like-minded. Because like I've said, when we don't push and we don't try to make things happen worldly or with our human thoughts, things will just happen naturally. And that's the most beautiful thing in the world. But we have to study to get to this. We have to go through the humiliation stages, as I always say. Have some sense of humbleness and pay attention and be able to listen. This was a challenge for me at one time. And I'm still kind of working on it. I have to learn to listen, That's why I take times and I take a break so I can observe and listen to other teachers, and sometimes my uncle might call me and I'll talk to him. Sometimes, this is for me, sometimes we have to sit back and shut up. This is for me, not for nobody else. Because we can't learn if we don't listen, And it's something I like listening to comedy. I love comedy. I have my favorite comedians. One day I'll name them, but I love comedy. And when you're connected to that divine truth, most things that you listen to and take in will be genuine and true too, because that's what you begin to surround yourself with truthful, honest things. And that's brother, sister, children, our family, significant other. We begin to connect to real things, and real things is what we will hear. Real things is what we'll search. Real things is what we see. So saying all that to say, I love comedy. So, usually when I get off work, I come home and listen to a little comedy, to laugh a little bit, especially if I had a kind of a challenging day. And it's something real that I heard a comedian say. You know, we just have to learn to fly high. When he said fly high, I mean our higher selves at every angle. You know, never go off of an emotion. You know, a wrong emotion, because we're gonna have emotions. We in this human body, but we always have to, you know, focus on that higher self. And that higher self will take us so many places as we listen and learn along the way. And another thing this great comedian said, we have to be in an environment of those, and this is brother, sister, family, significant other, those that are really aware of themselves and their surroundings, and know their true passion and their purpose. We have to be around people that we can learn from, you know, because if we're the smartest brother or sister in the room, and, you know, just an example, you know, we can't learn. We always got to be in a mode where we're learning, because that's how we climb. That's how we ascend. That's how we get to those levels we need to be, you know. And of course, the levels never stop until we transition, but it will be all worth it by the time we do transition. And I always like to go to a flip side. Of course, we're righteous most of our lives, trying our best to be true to oneself and those that we are connected to, even though there's differences, maybe something we might not overstand or understand about each other. As long as it's nothing life-threatening, have no hate, brothers and sisters, within, because it'll just consume you. Just love. It's not our job to judge. Let that great divine fight our battles, you know. Never give in to the body. I'll say this from time to time. Never give in to the emotion, instinct, or impulses of the body. Always go with that divine spirit within, and you'll come out with the answer. But we have to do this. You know, we have to study. We have to go in thyself. We have to take thy spirit very serious. It's nothing to play with. Because as I said on a video here recently, you know, when we're on this walk, things will come along to test us. So don't be fake, because even if you do try to be, the universe is going to draw it out. And this law applies to everybody. There's no exceptions to the law. So you better be righteous as much as we possibly can. Like I said, we're in this human body. We're going to make mistakes. But when you're a righteous brother or sister, there will be righteous mistakes. It won't be nothing like life impactful or detrimental or nothing like that. Because the more self-aware, the more deeply rooted spiritually we are, we will begin to see more. We will begin to see things. We won't be caught off guard, as I talked about in a video here recently. And there's many things in this world that can trigger us, catch us off guard. But I want to go back, like I said, what the comedian said, and salute to this great comedian. I got a lot of favorite. I love a real like-minded brother and sister that's a comedian. You know, has jokes, but also spit that real shit too. You know, speak that real shit. I'm talking about spitting because I'm thinking of rhyming. But yeah, and I learn from anything I can, you know. It just keeps us ascending, you know, keeps our mind open and, you know, learning new things, especially about ourselves. Now, when we learn things about oneself, this is how we develop that love for oneself and not judge. When we dig in deep to that inner shit that we have inside, you know, once we dig into that shit and get to digging and get up underneath all the human crap, life can be so blissful, you know. But we have to take the time to do this. And that's why I take breaks off social media, you know. And it's just a suggestion, you know, take time to yourself, you know. And I take a lot of time to really gather my thoughts and keep myself straight, you know, because, you know, just for myself, there are always those we are connected to, children, significant other, family. You know, just have to keep our mind in a success state. Because what I always say, ladies and gentlemen, success is a state of mind. It's not cars, money, jewelry, views. It's none of that. But it's beautiful to have all those things when you have a good, wholesome spirit within, because it makes all those things that much more better. You appreciate it more. And again, one's job is to love, brothers and sisters, not judge. Let that divine work in our life. And that divine will reveal things, good or bad. whether it's in ourselves or in others. We have to learn to love, because, and the reason why I say this is because, especially when we're online, just in the world in general, when we come in tune with ourselves, and we come on this walk, there's a lot of things sometimes we won't maybe understand, but the more we study, the more we pay attention, the more we listen, the more empowered, the more aware we become, we will begin to understand. And just know that sometimes person, place, or thing is not going to overstand us, but that's not necessarily a bad thing, because we got to know when that divine is talking to us, trying to teach us something. And that divine, man, like we say, God moves in mysterious ways. That great divine moves in very strategic ways. And that ways can be in your physical life, can be in your spiritual life, can come in a dream. And as I said in the past, if you really want to get to know yourself truly, deep spiritually, look up your dreams, Google your dreams. So, and it's very important, those that are spiritually enlightened and are truly awakened and or chosen, always Google your dreams, because that will give you not defamation, but that will give you confirmation of your spiritual walk. And you will it will help you to pay more attention to your dreams and what they mean and why you're dreaming. This could be a good dream or a bad dream. And I actually had a dream last night, and dreams usually come, those who are spiritually awakened, been on this walk for a while, they usually come between 3 and 7. Those ones that want you to pay attention to it, because that divine sends us some dream that force doesn't want us to forget. So I had a dream last night. And again, like I say, I listen to a lot of content creators. I listen to my family when we speak. And, like I say, I've learned to have an open ear. I used to be stubborn. Now I'm not stubborn like I used to be, unless it's something toxic. So I use stubbornness. I use that for the right things. Before I finish about the dream, when I say enemies, I mean the enemies outside of our circle, not in our inner circle, because when we are spiritually aware, we'll know who the real enemy is. So anybody that's listening, I'm not talking about nobody in my closest circle, and that's online or in the world, my family, because even those that are in my circle that, I have come in contact with, maybe converse with, might not understand me, but it's okay. We don't know each other online. We can't get wrapped up into that. But if you've got something good out of the reachers and teachers out here, and it's helped us in this life, focus on that. Don't focus on if they don't know us or nothing like that. Remember, it is not one's job to judge. It is one's job to love. Let that great divine fight our battles and deal with us, because none of us know each other. But the one beautiful thing, those that are aware and are truly awakened, we are divinely connected. And that's what's the most beautiful thing in the world. That's what we got to keep in mind. We are divinely connected. Those who are awakened and they're serious and ain't with the demonic shit and devil shit, we are divinely connected. And that divine has got us. So salute to all those reachers and teachers, my family, anyone that I have learned from. Now I want to go back to this dream that I had. And it's so beautiful how the divine moves in our lives. And actually in the dream I was happy, and that's a good thing. If you happy in your dream, that means you in a good state in your life. You in a good point in your life. That's a good thing. And another wonderful, magical thing that was in this dream, actually a teacher, a brother that I listen to sometimes, and I listen to a lot of content creators, salute. But this one particular brother was in my dream, and he was just like and the way he was in my dream is just like I would imagine him to be if I met him in real life. And in the dream, I was like, "Hey, brother, how you doing?" And he was exactly how he was, how I listened to him speak. And then that's a sign, brothers and sisters, that we are connected. And and it's a lot of individuals that I have dreamed about. And in the dream, I was sitting at the table with, I think it was some friends or something, and we was having a good time and we was laughing. And this individual that I listen to speak sometimes, he was at a table by himself, and I said, "Hey man, how you doing? How you doing, brother?" And then what's funny in the dream, he was eating a box of popcorn. It was weird, but I don't know why I remember that. And so he came over to the table and sat with us, and we got to got to talking and joking, and we vibed. And that's pretty much all I remember in the dream. And I'm bringing that example of that dream up because this dream that I had was that divine sent that to me to keep me focused, to make me appreciative, and not get down and out, and just walk in that steps of that great divine. That's what that dream was all about. And it also showed me that we are divinely connected. I didn't have that dream about that brother for nothing. And salute to this brother, because his convictions are very strong, and there's a lot of great reachers and teachers out here, brothers and sisters, and also within our families, have very strong convictions. So that's why, and I've come to know on this walk, and I'm sure many of us know this, my soldiers and soldierettes, salute. When you get serious on this walk, you will know those that are real and those that are not. That great divine will reveal it. And you got brothers and sisters out here that have very, very strong convictions. So if you're fake within, when you hear them speak, you're going to feel some kind of way. So you better, I always say, this is no joke, and you hear many of us say this, you better know thyself. If you want to be strong on this walk and help to add to the culture and help make this world a better place, and not get caught up in our own personal little feelings and things we're dealing with within. If we feel some kind of way when we hear someone speak, let's pinpoint where it's coming from, get rid of it, so we can stay on this walk, so we can stay connected to our divine brothers and sisters out here, and also within our families, stay on this walk and try our best to help make this world be a better place, because that's what it's all about. And I don't care what space we're in, be that light in a dark place, wherever you are. Remember, when no one else is listening, the great divine is always listening. Always be led by the steps of that great divine. And I promise you'll never go wrong. So, like I've said, one's job is to love and not judge. So I just was just in my spirit, and we can learn from many things. Like I said, we can learn from our significant other. We can learn from children, those that are in our circle, those that might be in chat rooms or speaking. The tides are turning. Those of us that are aware and eyes that are really, really open, we see this. The tides are turning. Great. I've been said this a long time ago. This was my prediction a long time ago. The great divine has stepped in. That higher force is not playing. And for those who think the great divine is something soft, it ain't nothing soft, brothers, sisters. Great divine don't play. And the great divine will convict us if we don't take this walk serious. So, like I say, unless person, place, or thing is a threat to your life, if it's nothing and if it's insignificant, love thy brother, love thy sister, love thy father, and love thy mother. And that great divine will take care of the rest. Because what is my title? What I've said already. One's job is to love, not judge. Let that great divine fight our battles. And we all know, we should know, if we've been on this walk for a while, we know who the real enemy is. And it's on the outside of our circle. The ones that are confused and caught up in this matrix. Those that don't want good humanity. Those that are against humanity and the right things of life. Those are the enemies, not the ones that's reaching and teaching out here. And I don't care if you high status or low status. If your purpose is to raise those and you on a righteous path, you're on the right path. Remember, it doesn't matter how big or small, as long as we're righteous and we're real within to the pit of our soul, we on the right path. Don't ever forget that. Don't ever get discouraged. You know, go above and beyond, always, above all this crap, all this, especially social media. It's good to express, it's good to teach, it's good to share energy with others, but always keep our mindset above and beyond the media, because it's a whole big ass world outside this social media. So stay stable, stay straight, stay learning, stay knowledgeable, and stay powerful, and stay that soldier and soldierette we are. Salute. And that's within our families and outside our families. And appreciate those that's on the front line. Some of them are taking risks to give out that good energy, to keep brothers and sisters at a success state in all of our minds. Because when we get to that, everything else always fall into place. So that's just a little something I had in my spirit. And one love to those who take the time to listen to a brother. I really appreciate you. And stay connected to the real like-minded brothers and sisters out here. You feeling down about something, listen to an inspiring brother, connect to the real ones, know who the real ones are. When you keep yourself in a righteous, real circle, you will be connected to the righteous, real brothers and sisters, and in our families also. So again, like I said, and this is for me and a suggestion to anyone that's listening, maybe, unless it's a threat to your life or harmful, then you have to take different actions. But if it's not harmful to your life, one's job is to love and not judge. Remember, let that great divine fight our battles. So that's my thought. And again, I thank those for coming in to another edition of EBX Discussion. I will always encourage, and when I'm feeling inspired in my spirit, I will share it to others, because we never know what another brother or sister or family member or children or significant other could be going through. That's why it's important to put out that good energy, for the real reasons, for the righteous reasons. So salute to all the reachers and teachers out there doing their thing. Salute, because I have learned from many, and I thank you, and I never will forget you. And I honor your family, and I honor my family. Salute. I honor my children. Salute their mothers. Salute brothers and sisters all over the world. May you please have the ultimate peace in your part of the world, wherever you are right now. Salute.